Denovo Realty Studios in sunny Brevard County, Florida. The most important podcast on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, Denovo Realty Radio.
Hi, Garrett here with Denovo Realty, and today I have two special guests, Chad and Brian with BC Renovation Group. They are local residential contractors, done a lot of great work for me and my clients in the past, so we're going to talk to them today about some fun stuff. So, welcome, boys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on today.
Glad to be here.
So tell me a little about BC Renovation Group and why you started it, where the idea came from.
All right. Well, so before we started BC Renovation Group, I was actually in the Navy for 6 years.
Thank you for service.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It was a good time. Wasn't really my fit though. Got out of the Navy and started renovating homes, and more or less just kind of took off. And Brian will tell you.
Met this goofy guy?
Yeah. He'll tell you his end of the stick.
Yeah, like Chad said, I actually built and worked for the Navy as well. I built nuclear subs and aircraft carriers for the Navy in Virginia for 8 years. And me and Chad are both went to high school here in Satellite. We moved away. He was in Washington. I was in Virginia. One thing led to another. Came back, started doing some bathroom and kitchen remodels with my father, and we realized we enjoyed what we were doing. And we also realized that we thought we were a good fit to be business partners and that we could really excel in this business.
You guys have done great so far.
Yeah.
Business took off like a rocket.
Yeah, it sure did.
Congrats on that.
Thanks.
So what do you specialize in?
We specialize in kitchens and bathrooms mostly. It tends to branch out a little bit farther from that though. But we try to stay inside of interior homes. We do some exterior stuff, but mainly interior renovations, remodels, kitchens and bathrooms.
Awesome, very cool. Yeah. So tell me, we're going to get into kind of the nitty gritty of the business itself. So what are some of the challenges that you guys face doing, renovations, things that you run into problems with or anything like that? Clients, the homes themselves, like what are some challenges that you deal with as contractors? You guys have been doing it now for a little while,
Right.
Doing really well at it, growing. What are some of the challenges that come along?
There's a few challenges. A couple that stand out is the homes are old here, especially beachside.
Beachside
So
homes,
we're dealing with
1950s, 1960s.
Yeah, so we're dealing with old plumbing, old wire, things of that nature, electrical, plumbing. And then some other issues are sometimes suppliers getting things here from overseas, especially right now.
Yes.
During these challenging times, that can delay projects, along with clients. There's pros and cons to everyone, every business, every client, every house.
As agents working with repairs and working with contractors,
Yeah.
you guys are awesome about answering the phone and doing what you say you're going to do, and that's something that it's hard to find in the business.
Yeah.
Getting people to respond or show up.
It is.
As I say, you get a contractor that shows up when they say they're going to show up. It's better than 90% of the contractors out there.
We hear that all the time. It's crazy.
We walk into probably 2 out of every 4 or 5 estimates we do. We walk into the homeowner telling us, "Oh, I've already had 2 contractors here, but they never called me back. They never sent me an estimate. It's been months. I've been waiting." Or this contractor started the job, or this handyman started the job and walked out on me. And then we kind of have to start over and reassess. And
All right. So on that note, going back and fixing other people's work, have you had any? Whether a homeowner who attempted to do something themselves, or another contractor who you're like, you came out and you're like, I don't even know how this person got licensed.
Yeah, I mean it happens.
What are some good? You got any good stories about that? You don't have to name any specifics.
Yeah.
Names or addresses, but some really bad ones that you had to fix.
I mean, we walk into, we do probably 5 to 10 estimates a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're walking into different situations every day. And a lot of the times, maybe 25% of them, they've already started. They think it's a do-it-yourself job.
Yeah.
And they're like,
they want to save money.
I don't know exactly.
So they're like, well, I did this one little thing.
What did I do?
Well, I got to redo that anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
We totally understand it. Like, obviously, everybody wants to save money, but sometimes it may not be if you don't know what you're doing, it may not be the best, play to just go ahead and start ripping walls down.
And
leave it to the pros.
Sometimes,
One we walked into, it was right when we started. A contractor had walked out Chad stepped in, started the project, and long story short, we ended up doing their second bathroom for them. And the first bathroom where the contractor walked out, we had finished it, done it, and we were still looking for a exhaust vent cover for the ceiling. And come to find out, we demoed the other bathroom where it backed up to it, and we found it hidden in the wall from the other contractor.
Just left.
Yeah.
So you must have misplaced
He was
it,
gonna
stuffed
pick that
it
up.
down in
He
the
was gonna pick
sides.
that up later.
Yeah.
Speaking of hidden in the wall, we were actually doing a job one time, and this lady calls me back. We just got done rehanging all the walls in the shower. She calls me. She's like, "Hey, Chad, is there any chance that the cat's behind the wall?" And I was like,
Her cat, hopefully.
"Yeah." And I was like, but I guess so. I mean,
I guess it's a possibility.
And sure enough, the cat was behind the wall because there was a tub, and there's enough room around a tub for an animal to crawl into. The cat was behind the wall, and it was
okay.
It was okay. There was actually an access panel in a closet behind that bathroom that she opened up for the cat, but crazy. Behind the walls.
Glad the cat survived. On that, do you have any, whether when people are getting estimates or during the remodel process, any tips for homeowners to, either questions for them to ask or things for them to know? Like anything that we can help out our clients, understand directly from you guys as the contractors that would make maybe their lives easier?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that pops into my head right away is if you're looking to renovate, remodel, one thing that drives up the cost a lot is reconfiguring. So if you want to move plumbing, move drains, move supply lines, obviously the price goes up.
Yeah.
You want to move electrical, the price goes up. So that's something where you can save some money if you keep the footprint. You can always open the area, knock down a few interior walls that aren't load bearing that don't have plumbing on them.
Right.
But if you want to reconfigure a house, you got to understand there's a lot of hidden stuff that no one really knows about.
Under the slab, yeah.
That has to happen in order to move forward with that.
For sure.
So that's kind of a money saving thing that pops into my head.
Yeah, I'd say that's the biggest saver and the biggest driver of cost. It's going to be relocating.
And then
specialty trades like that.
material cost is something too that you can be here or you can be here with your material costs. And obviously all our clients, they purchase their own finished materials because it's their house, their design, their thoughts. And we want you to have the tile or the cabinets that you want. You can go as high as you want or as low grade as you want.
Right.
And you can save money or spend a lot of money for that matter.
So you find like a lot of times where, you're talking like light fixtures and stuff, like just tell the client it's going to save you some money if you go pick that out. And little simple things like that we'll install it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can get cheaper, but when it comes to finishing materials like that, like tile, paint, light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, there's just such a range that the client can pick from.
Right.
It's easier for them to get exactly what they want, because we're doing highly customized work.
Right.
So it makes more sense for them to pick things.
And a lot of times people don't even have any idea what they want, and then they want to,
right.
come to you, and it's like, well, there's so many options, doing some research on, looking at some other pretty houses online and stuff.
And
some inspiration.
Yeah, and they're saving money on materials by using us because we get better prices on rough materials. The materials that you don't really see at the end of the project, drywall, thin set, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're saving money that way just by using a contractor who has contacts,
And what do you see like from a repair standpoint, like things that maintenance items on people's houses that if they would have taken care of it, it would have really because I know I see this with home inspect, I go see home inspections all the time, and it's like a lot of common problems that if someone would have addressed when it happened could have saved them a lot of money in the long run. So
the biggest one there, especially living here, is plumbing. We're dealing with homes from the 50s, 60s that use cast iron. And it's corroding underneath their slab, and a lot of people like to patch it or just fix that area, but once that's fixed, it moves to another spot. Same thing with the supply lines, the copper. If you get
do it all at once.
If you get a burst somewhere and they come and repair, cut your floor and fix it, most likely it's going to run to another weak spot, and then over a few months it's going to happen. So something huge that we try and push, if need be, if it's an older house, is if we're going to demo your whole house or your bathrooms or your kitchen, it makes sense to spend that extra money now on a plumber
Yep.
to get out there, replumb the house so you have 50 to 70 years of good piping
For
instead of making your house beautiful and then it leaks in a year or two after we've finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so a lot of times I talk with buyers and sellers, and they're kind of confused on, what's the difference between a licensed contractor, what's a handyman versus a painter, who do you call when? So tell me kind of some of the differences in that.
So as a licensed state contractor, you can do anything on residential properties. So what that allows you to do is the scope of all the work. So what we do as contractors here in Brevard is we oversee the whole project.
Mhm.
So we deal with the plumber, the electrician, HVAC, drywall, painter, whatever we need to accomplish a client's desire. We take on that role. You call Brian or Chad, we
Right.
handle it from start to finish.
Sure.
A handyman doesn't necessarily do that because they don't have the license to do that and they don't have the skill set to run a project of that size. They're great. We use many handymen. They do different things inside your home. But as a contractor, you oversee a whole project
Mm-hmm.
and you do it from start to finish, from demo to completion.
Yep.
And that's
So they
something.
call you, you take care of it all, licensed and insured to do so.
Yep.
You see a lot of times handymen, they're kind of going outside of their scope or doing more than they're licensed for. So
Right. And
it's super important to have.
yeah, you can go online. I mean, if you call a couple of contractors or handymen or you're not sure, go online, ask for the name as the client, type it into Google, type it into the DDPR website, which is where you can look up active license here in the state of Florida.
MyFloridaLicense.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
you can also look up the companies too. You don't have
Yes.
to look up individual contractors.
Yep.
You can look up the company.
Yep.
It'll show you who their license umbrella is.
And their type of license. Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. Super important to have licensed contractors doing work. Liability,
Yeah.
insurance,
Liability.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So tell me, have you had, and this is just to be funny, of course, but like some clients where, because I've had this in real estate, I've talked about it before, where you're just like, this client is just impossible. I'm never gonna be able to make them happy, and I gotta walk away from this. So have you guys had that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We've actually
Every
got-
business, I think, has it at some point.
We've gotten a lot better at kind of preventing it. We kind of get the vibe from people right away, and we'll walk away from jobs all the time. I mean, we turn down jobs all the time
Yeah.
because whether it's something the client says, their demeanor, or just the project parameters in general, are just
Expectations that are delivered
unrealistic
right when we meet you.
expectations. Yeah,
You get a lot, and I see that a lot from my end when people are like, they're asking for recommendations for contractors and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I hear what they tell me that they expect to happen in the time frames, and I'm like, that's like, no one can do that.
Yeah,
right,
It's just
Yeah, and if
impossible.
you find somebody that can, it's like,
So-
okay, what kind of
Yeah.
quality you're going to be getting?
Yeah, expectations versus reality.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's
you
part
gotta
about
find a
educating
balance
them.
there.
And it's tough to do sometimes, of course. They don't
Yeah.
always listen.
Yeah, but we definitely have, had jobs where we have to. One in particular, we had to actually walk out on. The couple ordered some cabinets, standard size cabinets, and when they came in, very nice, very expensive cabinets. When they came in, they were an inch shorter than their previous cabinets in depth, and still a standard size, fits all your dishware and everything. But they raised hell over it, and
Can't please everybody.
yeah, you can't. But
Gotta
we
focus
ended
on-
up walking out on that one.
Yeah.
We had
It
to.
happens. Like I said, you guys kind of, you're doing a ton of work. Everybody's that I've ever talked to has been super happy with everything you've done. I've used you guys before, did an awesome job for me. So, what's your favorite part about running the business? So many things.
Yeah,
So much fun.
there is a lot of good. First thing that sticks out to me about running our own business and me and him being partners is the fact that we get to mold and grow our team the way we want it.
Yeah.
We bring people in to work with us that we want to be around, that we want to treat as family. I mean, we are brother-in-law, so it's a family-run business.
Yeah.
Both our fathers work with us. So it's nice to bring people in we want to be around on a daily basis, that we want to spend time with, that we want to help grow in a career field that is desperately needing younger people. So to me, it feels good to grow a team, have the camaraderie, and kind of work together to the common goal of
Yeah, for sure.
making the client happy and seeing a beautiful product.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, seeing a beautiful product.
Seeing that transformation is
Yeah.
awesome.
Months of planning and acquiring materials and everything, and in the end, seeing a finished product and a happy client, that kind of does it.
It does. It's very
The other thing I really like is that you never stop. It's 24/7. I'm texting this guy at 3 a.m. sometimes.
You're like,
I just
order that part.
I just
11 o'clock at night.
I just thought of this.
Yeah.
6 a.m. or middle of the day if we're not together, or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But it never ends.
And when you love it, you don't mind doing that stuff because it's something, it's something you're passionate about. So
Right.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys everyone can go look at their before and afters. You guys have got some awesome pictures now around here.
Yeah, we have the website, bcrentalgroup.com, and then we're now on Facebook, BC Rental Group, and on Instagram, BC
Awesome.
Rental Group.
Yep.
So it's 3 different avenues to look at before, afters, learn about us a little more.
You just posted your 10 recent kitchen remodels.
10 recent
bathrooms.
kitchen and bathrooms, yeah.
Yeah.
So we just
some
posted those.
Beautiful ones.
Yeah, and some of them I wish were mine.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
But yeah, we're trying to stay active on social media.
Yes, for
It's
sure.
really a good platform, and it's done well. We've been on Facebook like 6 months, but Instagram just started a couple weeks ago. But it's coming along.
You guys are doing awesome. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Again, this is Brian and Chad with BC Rental Group. You can go out to their Facebook, BC Rental Group, their website, bcrentalgroup.com. You got a number that people can call?
Yep, 321-405-4607.
Call them for your next rental project. They do an awesome job, and I can vouch for them.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
y'all.
Appreciate it.
Now go!